That was actually really good. Greetings, I am Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And we're at Andertons.
We certainly are.
These classic...
I was going to give it the big breastage thing, but I forgot. I've only got my small logo today.
You've only got small breastage today, but that's fine. We like all kinds of breastage here at Andertons.co.uk. We've got these Gibson classic custom guitars.
The Les Paul Classic Custom.
Yes.
Now this is new. This is new for sort of autumn, winter 2011. Got 4 funky colours in this guitar. Going to tell you a little bit about the sort of the features on this guitar. Essentially, it's a new design that Gibson have decided to release because of the problems that they've had sourcing Rosewood over the sort of summer of 2011.
Problem sourcing Rosewood?
You ain't using no Rosewood on that guitar, are you?
I promise, officer, this ain't no Rosewood, this is baked maple!
I can't have his Rosewood! I'm sure you guys have read or heard pages of stuff about the problems that Gibson have got with the Lacey Act in America, and that they had all their stocks of Rosewood confiscated earlier this year, which means that they have been forced to look at alternative fretboards. So one of the features of this new Les Paul Classic Custom, and one that we're going to focus on quite a lot in this video, is the baked maple fretboard.
Yes.
The baked Alaskan. The baked maple fretboard.
To look at it, you wouldn't really know, would you?
Do you know what? I honestly believe that if Gibson had introduced this new fretboard and not said anything,
you wouldn't know.
75–80% of you would have never known.
Yeah. But it does feel completely different.
Yes. Interestingly as well, in fact, just across these 3 guitars here, and we'll do some close-up later, I've got one here which is quite a light baked maple. Chappers has got one here which is a darker baked maple, looks a bit more like Rosewood.
Yeah.
And then one of the questions that you guys may all be thinking, oh, can I oil a baked maple fretboard? Because you know you generally can't oil a maple fretboard. Yes, you can, and most lemon oils will darken the fretboard. So the black one has been oiled. So if you want to get your fretboard looking really dark, then that's no problem. A little pot of 2-pound lemon oil and you can darken it right up.
Although apparently lemon oil isn't really specifically from lemons, is it?
Well, we were on a little FAQ that Gibson sent me, where I said to them, can I oil these fretboards? And they said, yes, you can. And also as a footnote, they said, and by the way, lemon oil is rarely made of lemons or has nothing to do with lemons or something. It's essentially just a normal mineral oil with a yellow dye and a lemon scent.
Comes together. Deliver the line, get lunch.
I'm from the Department of American Federal Trees.
Oh my God!
No Rosewood that you're using there, is it?
I promise, officer, this ain't no Rosewood.
Are you sure? This is punishable by death now, sir.
It's baked Alaska, baked maple.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, it's okay.
Baked Alaska.
The Classic Custom has taken several kind of design elements from the Les Paul Custom. So if we start from the top and go down, we've got the Les Paul Custom style headstock with the sort of the bound, the 2 little black lines running through the white binding, which is essentially from a custom, and the custom inlay. We've got the block inlays on the fretboard. We've got the binding with the 3 kind of black stripes around the body, but where it's different to a custom is a custom would be bound on the back as well, so you can see the classic custom isn't.
I never really saw the point in binding the back. I mean, it's a nice touch and all, but
It just
like,
looks nice, doesn't it?
I guess. Yeah.
We've got a chambered mahogany body. With
But I was going to say, it is still quite weighty though.
Yeah.
This, I mean, I know it's chambered and all, but my God, that's a resonant, weighty beast.
and then with a maple cap. They're not flame maple caps, so obviously that saves a bit of money as well. We've got classic 57 humbuckers on here. Comes in a nice case. We've got our traditional Grover machine heads on the back.
And this is the 60s thinner neck, isn't it?
Yep. There's no neck option on the classic custom. It's just one sort of, like Chappers is saying, a sort of slightly thinner feeling. I prefer these necks to the 50s necks. Come see Baked Maple close up. So the 3 guitars on the back here are all Baked Maple fretboards. And what you can see is the natural one and the gold top one here, I haven't done anything to these fretboards. So you can see the natural difference in the sort of the shades of wood that you're going to get when you're using baked maple. So this is quite a light coloured baked maple, and then this is quite a dark coloured baked maple. Over here is one that we've used some lemon oil on. This is ever so easy to apply if you want to make the your sort of rosewood neck or your baked maple neck look darker. You can buy lemon oil from all good guitar stores. Just put it on with a rag. And then here, the one is a rosewood board. So if you're struggling to see much difference,
It's really much more patchy, isn't it?
yeah, I think there's a more defined grain in rosewood than there is in maple. There you go. So that's what it looks like.
You
Let's
ready?
do Gary Yes Newman. What's his
Gary
name? No,
Yes
it's Brian. Brian Yes Man Johnson.
Brian
who?
Brian Neiman?
Brian Adams. Adams Yes.
Yes, Adams.
Yes Adams.
Yes, Adams. That's a great name. Count me in.
2, 3, 4. Comes in 3 super cool colours. We've got a beautiful cream one at the back here. Got our classic black, which I think now that Pablo has oiled the fretboard, looks super sleek here. Chappers has got a gold top, which is very pretty. The original Les Paul colour.
And Lee, how much
And I've
would
got a natural one.
how much would you have to spend to get one of these wonderful classic customs by Gibson?
Well, if I told you that to buy a Les Paul custom, you would pay £2,800 at the moment.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. How much do you think one of these should be?
I actually don't know the answer to this question.
I know,
So I'm gonna go for £1,500.
£1,500, so almost half the price of a Les Paul custom. Well, you're wrong.
I'm gonna.
Because it's actually less than that.
Really?
Yes, it's less than
God.
that. It is.
All that money! So less money than it should be!
It's exactly half the price of a Les Paul custom. It's £1,399. Look at the mesh you, and this is all going to start to melt.
You know, when I was a young lad a couple of years ago, And I went to a guitar shop. It's the first time I was really looking at guitars, and I saw a Les Paul, and it didn't have the scratch plate on, and there was a hole here, and there was a hole here, and I said, why are there holes on the body? What's going on? Well, what happened is a woodworm went in there, and it came out there, and I believed him. Because I am monumentally naive. God bless me for it.
Let's talk about baked maple. There's quite a lot of guitars that Gibson are now going to produce with the baked maple fretboards.
Say that again?
Exactly. There's quite a lot of guitars that Gibson are going to now produce with a baked maple fretboard. And I suspect everybody will be saying, are they using baked maple because it's better than Rosewood, or are they using baked maple because they just can't get Rosewood? It's,
Well,
it's a poor
Can I
substitute.
put a vote in, and can I say that I much prefer this to Rosewood?
Well, what we're going to do is we've got a Les Paul Traditional here, which is same pickups, same construction, mahogany back with a maple cap, but with a Rosewood fretboard.
Bit of contraband.
What we'll do is we're just going to literally have a whiz round these basic guitars here, and then I'm going to bring the Les Paul Traditional in, and you can we'll just do some completely straight A/B tests.
Yeah. We'll play an A and a B.
Yeah. In terms of feel,
They feel great. They're really, really great Les Pauls.
I definitely, when I first picked this up, and I was just playing, and you guys know I quite like a bit of vibrato, and it's definitely got a more maple kind of feel.
Surprisingly,
given that it's maple. It's definitely smoother. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a Rosewood board on my Strat that took me probably 6 or 7 years before I really felt it was smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of Rosewood boards I find, until straight away from day one, have got a little bit of resistance on them when you're playing.
Because I'm really light to the touch when I play. I never really touch the board, but what you can definitely perceive a tonal difference. It's snappier. It's
Yes.
got a brighter feel to it. It isn't just semantics. It really does feel brighter and snappier. And yeah, I like it. I prefer it to Rosewood. Great deal.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again,
I'll tell you
tone-wise,
why,
we'll see
because
on
it
that.
complements the whole point of it being a big, dark, fat guitar. You know what I mean? It's got that heavy
Yeah.
body, thick sounding. It's like having a maple cap on it. Just the same. kind of thing.
I would definitely say that the feel of it is nice. We'll find out on the tone. I mean, obviously we've got a traditional that we can find out. Feel wise, I do quite like it. It kind of feels maybe, is it ebony-esque kind of,
Say, is it verging on ebony?
It's a little bit ebony-esque.
because it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. So Lee, tell me about baked maple.
Okay. Gibson aren't the first guys to use baked maple on their fretboards. John Suhr Guitars has been doing it for many, many years. So this is not Gibson just sort of trying to just use any old alternative to Rosewood. It's a very, very viable fretboard alternative. You take a standard piece of maple that you would use for a fretboard. You then bake it to 200 degrees Celsius. Or gas mark 5.
Get
or whatever and that process, you then reintroduce the moisture to the fretboard
Under pressure.
under very high pressure, and the board comes out essentially dark, and because it's been baked, any movement that might be left in perhaps a non-baked maple board is gone. So it's a very, very ideal wood to make a fretboard from, because it can't move. So there'd be you're not going to get any problems with frets, maybe shrinkage on the fretboard or anything
I
like
wonder how
that.
they worked that out. Oh, let's bake the wood and make it better.
Yeah, I don't
Like, who
know.
does that? So here's the bridge humbucker. Here's the neck.
Even with no gain, no nothing, just lovely.
Here's the middle position. Great, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
So play us some classic lead tone. If you push the button once, it's sort of crunchy.
I
If you push it
thought
twice,
you'd never ask.
fish and chips, isn't it? Marshall and Gibson, or other things that go well together. Goes well
Yeah.
together.
And I guess Didaria is like the tartar sauce. And then like the pickled egg is like your Planet Waves Plectrum.
Oh.
Same thing, different guitar, different amp.
Different, yeah, same guitar. Well, we don't have to do this, but we can do if you
I
want.
think we should do.
All right then. This
Well,
is
it's a really nice amplifier, isn't it?
yeah. I've got a Fender Supersonic kit. So this is my rhythm pickup. It's my treble pickup. Or both in between. And this is a supersonic amplifier, which means it's got a bit of dirt. So. So we do like
Yeah, we
these.
really like, yeah.
But I know what you guys want to know. You want to know how different does baked maple sound compared
Taste.
to rosewood. So what I'm going to do is Pablo here is going to hand me. Look, we'll see if we can do this. So it's just like they do on the TV.
Seamless. Here's what we
Ta-da!
prepared earlier.
So this is a Les Paul traditional. Been around in the Gibson catalogue for about 3 years now. It's essentially a Les Paul like you love and know it.
Same pickups.
Yes, we picked this one rather than the standard because Pablo reliably informs me, it's all his fault if I'm wrong, that these aren't burst buckers in here. These are classic 57s. So it should be the same pickup as we've got in the custom classic or the classic custom.
Classic
Which
custom.
is it? I never remember.
So we're just going to put a clean tone, really simple, one open chord maybe,
Yeah.
A, B, and then we'll take a look on the computer at the difference in the waveform spectrograph testing.
And we'll do it all on this Marshall amplifier rather than on the Fender one.
Yes.
So this is it. This is a Les Paul traditional with a Rosewood board through a Marshall DSL 40 tube amplifier.
This is the definitive test to see if there is a
Yeah.
difference tonally.
Both guitars are fresh out their cases, so the strings should be brand new. We've tuned them to E flat, because that is the tuning of the people, according to
the
Rob.
people.
And we're just going to play really straight, open chords, exactly the same settings, so that you can try and hear, or hopefully not try and hear, you will hear the difference between a baked maple fretboard on this guitar. Are we going to use this one? Yeah.
Yes.
And a rosewood fretboard on this guitar.
Stop playing. It won't stop playing.
Well,
And there it is. Well, that's pretty. I mean, that's in the room. That's really, really, really obvious.
yeah, I mean,
This
it's
is
definitely...
monumentally brighter.
It's a lot bright. I mean, I tell you what, just go treble pickup on this,
Yeah.
and then straight back to treble pickup on that. 'cause I
And
think that was
we'll
where it
cut
was.
to it so it's really
Yeah.
immediate. Ready? So we go. This is a darker guitar for sure, and it has to be the Rosewood fretboard. There's
Yeah,
nothing else.
there's nothing else
There's
different.
nothing. I mean, I suppose there's lacquer on the back of the neck too.
Well, this is a chambered body. That's a solid body.
Oh,
so
yeah, solid body, gonna get
that,
darker tones,
That
eh?
might be why this is maybe a bit more resonant, but it shouldn't affect the brightness of it. I think
Yeah.
the brightness is just the fretboard. So there you go.